So absolute trust is your birthright. Absolute trust is the vessel, the container of frequency in which your reality will be created into perfection of a God created that is in a state of love, that is in fifth dimension. And behind the going into that state, many things will pop up for you to acknowledge, to learn, to guide, to love. And in this journey into the absolute, you will find the most joyful experience of creation. To become a God and unity. So be it and so it is.
This channeling represents beings from astral planes and beings who are incarnated on this planet. The highest self of the channeler, Sananda Kumara, and many other beings and entities that are at service of the evolution of humanity. The way of speaking and the tone of voice might be disturbing for those who are not used to it. Perceive the energy and frequency behind each entity that presents itself to assist you and your ascension, as well as the evolution of this planet. So be it and so it is. We wish you an excellent experience.
Absolute trust. When we deal in terms of absolute, as the expression bring to us, it's pointing in the direction that everything is as one, undeniable, unstoppable, absolute. Something that is beyond resistance. Absolute trust. Trust, for many of you, is perceived as a belief. Trust, many times, is flown around without truly understanding its real meaning. Trust is beyond morality. Trust is beyond collective creed. Trust is beyond convenience. To trust. 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 How does it feel to trust? How does it feel when you enter an airplane and trust that is the most safe means of transportation besides your elevators? How it is to trust. But that is the thing. Pay attention in this example. Safest method of transportation. Yet, many of you enters your airplane or an elevator and feels fear. The airplane shakes a little bit. And you believe, oh no, this will be the 1 in 1 million. This will be that one where things go wrong. Yes or no? A storm. The airplane enters a storm. Oh my God. I would die this time. The 1 million flights, all of them inside, was fearful people, not helping at all with the safety, because of trust. But if someone asks them, do you trust this travel that you're going to do? You know their answer. They will say, of course. Otherwise, why would I enter the airplane? Yes or no? If someone asks them, do you trust the elevator? They will say, of course. Otherwise, why would I enter it and use it? Yes or no? Why? This trust then is not an absolute. It's not an absolute trust. But the person is pretending to trust and believes. So, I would never enter this airplane if I was not trusting. What this story is revealing to you, that there is a layer of self-deception that is masking or hiding something uncomfortable, that the slightest bump in the elevator, you contract. The tiniest turbulence, and you doubt the airplane's safety. Or maybe it is the pilots. Or maybe there is some evil character inside this plane. Fear. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Well, you are a creator, yes or no? Yes or no? So you're hiding something. Fear. You're hiding fear. Fear that was clearly explained through the channelings, that represents a part of you creating a reality that is not the one you wish for. So fear arises. So fear is the absence of love. Do you understand? Fear is me not connecting to a part of me that is creating something I don't want for it to create. That's why we said absolute trust transcends morality, transcends convenience. Are you connecting the dots now, child? So, fear is the absence of love, of seeing it, accepting it, and guiding it. When I guide it, the fear goes away. Why? Because as I listen to it, as I embrace it, as I honor it, I can choose a way to manifest it that is different. A deep, cathartic lack of self-esteem, self-appreciation may be as well behind the fear of airplanes and elevators. Because I deeply believe that I am worthless, that I am not deserving of life. Maybe an old, settled depression. That I hate life, I hate myself, and I actually wish to die. So maybe I am even afraid of driving cars. Because maybe I'll take the car off the road. But I will say to everybody that cars are not ecological. It's not eco-friendly. And I will dig in that character. Now it will even spread to other areas of my life. But deeply inside, I don't care about the environment at all. It's a pretense. You see, this fear that generates the absence of absolute trust may as well spread around, creating a deeper fake persona that has to be congruent. Interesting, isn't it? How far are you willing to go to hide from yourself your deep settled fears? So I meet someone, amazing human being, perfect. All my dreams materialize in front of me. But then I cannot absolutely trust. You see, it's the plane, it's the pilot. Maybe it's the maintenance in this building, these elevators are old. You see, it cannot be perfect. It cannot be so amazing. Something must be wrong here. I cannot absolutely trust it. Even if it's everything that I ever wanted. No, it cannot be. Why, child? Why? Fear. Fear that is being masked by a pretense of self-confidence. Ha! How dare you? I'm not this kind of people. Fear of airplanes. No, I'm wiser than that. But then your fingers are purple, holding the seat when there is a storm. A mask, a pretend. So absolute trust, you see, is a very gifted state. You need to let go of many things to be in that state. You must relax. But when you relax, when you deeply relax in absolute trust, tension will arise in your body. Weird thoughts will come to the surface. Some of them may as well make no sense because they are atavic, frozen memories, gestalts, never closed in human language, unsolved issues from past lives and incarnations, repeated with the mind of a very young child that is nonsensical. So when you relax, all those things come to the surface. Instead of facing them, as you never really receive the tools and the understanding of love and how to move those aspects of self with clarity instead of repression, it's easier to put a mask on again, desensitize, pretend. Because when I pretend, I have the illusion that everything is okay. That's we say that the ego is creating the illusion of love, the illusion of a unified self in fifth dimension. So I will use the illusion that everything is fine instead of facing what is inside. What is the problem here, child? That this is not absolute trust. So you are introducing in your co-creative process with reality pain, misunderstanding, problem, difficulties. You are literally introducing resistance into your reality. But you want flow. You want lightness. You say, you see now I want a life free of stress, you know. I'm done with this kind of life. But you keep sickly and consistently doubting everything that you do and everybody around you. And then stress follows you as a tail. But you are the source of it, but you don't know it. So it may as well be something else. Maybe it's other people. They don't understand. Why they never understand? Then you create this idea of specialness that you do have, that you do are, but now it's not that kind of specialness. It's a mask specialness. Not the real one that you came to express here as a divine creator, but a fake one of I've never understood. And the reason is all behind that pretense of trust. So, you may as well benefit more if you're open about it. You see, a big part of me trusts, but there's this other part of me that doesn't. And because I know this part of me will introduce conflict and misalignment. It is proportional. So what is the invitation here? The one and only, love. understanding those aspects of you, opening a dialogue, transforming it, moving it. Some of them are very open to negotiation, but they are conditioned. They need to be reinforced constantly. Others will not. They are deeply settled on self-destruction. So you need to learn. You need to learn to recreate them. And it's a challenging process. Not difficult per se. It's actually very, very easy and very, very simple when you are trained for it. But for someone who never looked up in all their life, and you say to them about the moon, they will say, what? Stars, what? Blue sky, what? Are you crazy? I only see the green of the grass, the brown of the trees and the dirt. I know not what you're talking about. So first they need to learn to see the inner realm, to perceive the movement. And pretty soon, they can chart the sky and use as reference points to navigate life. So as you learn to navigate those atavic conditionings and memory, you can start to navigate them. So what is absolute trust? They come and say to you, trust absolutely in your creation. Have total faith. How the heck I will do that? Wow, Jesus. So mysterious. I really want you. I want so much that I will pretend. And there is a funny fact about it. If you really pretend with the absolute of your body, you're actually doing the technique in a sense. Because there is an emotional innuendo about it. Because when we are desperate and really want to believe into something, that craving and desperation move the proverbial mountain. So be it and so it is. So now that you understand me, absolute trust is a natural state that cannot be forced in a sense, because it does in pragmaticality. It cannot be forced in a sense, because absolute trust is an overflow, natural, of inner alignment, where I am creating in unison with my body, with my inner realm. So I am in complete relaxation. There is people in this realm right now, in this planet, that are in this state. And you will ask me, wow, they are enlightened masters then. And I'll say to you, no. They are just very settled on their ways. Maybe very traditional even. Very comfortable into the knowing and the predictability of life. And that's why many of you find comfort into the old character. Because there is sometimes the reality or the illusion of predictability. But there is a price for these people that find that state in this deep, settled, rooted atavic conditioning. They found this sense of comfort and tranquility that is corrosive for the soul. And in this sense, it's tragical. And then you may say, oh no, so I follow my soul and it's very uncomfortable. Or I am very deeply settled in the old ways and I feel comfortable and safe, even if it is in my pain, because it is predictable and I know it will come. Of course not. So, many of those that emulate this state from grounding in absolute tradition even, pay attention to the subtlety of it. There is a prison, but the one that faces the uncomfortable sensation, the instability of the new, will learn through the process to be always in absolute trust, but not dependable on outside fermentation, but from learning to root itself and the sensation that is actually the vessel of reality creation, because it is translating our frequency. And that's why I say to you that in pragmatically someone can really force this state of absolute trust. But it is into going to that state, the emotional state. So what I'm trying to tell you, there is different routes into absolute trust. But one thing you can definitely already understand, you probably in your life tasted that sensation where every part of you were aligned, wanting something. You can bring back that sensation. That is how I am supposed to feel all the time. Pay attention to the subtlety of what I'm telling you right now. This is the sensation of being me in fifth dimension. This is the sensation of being me in absolute love. Do you understand? This is the sensation of being the authentic me, free as a creator. Because every part of me is united. So be it, and so it is. We bring this subject of absolute trust to make it easier for you as you go creating your life. To be aware that probably many of you won't be in that state. So you will know when doubt creeps in. You will know when a part of you is doubting circumstances, yourself, people around you, your capacity to succeed. It's all pretense, you see. You must be able to succeed. If you can fail miserably, you can also be absolutely successful by divine law. We already explained this here. So the only thing between you and absolute success in your endeavors is a choice. So anytime self-doubt creeps in, every time you doubt people, every time start happens misunderstanding, stress, resistance, you know the origin is you. But this time, you won't go trying to create a new layer of deceit. Oh, this is happening because this, and that. Oh no, I already know this. It's because this, and that. No. No more. Why you are choosing to hold on to inner struggle. What part of you hate so much that you deny it the blessing of unification? So be it, and so it is. So absolute trust is your birthright. Absolute trust is the vessel, the container of frequency in which your reality will be created into perfection of a God created that is in a state of love, that is in fifth dimension. And behind the going into that state, many things will pop up for you to acknowledge, to learn, to guide, to love. And in this journey into the absolute, you will find the most joyful experience of creation. To become a God and unity. So be it, and so it is. So if there is something that is worth it in your life, is to learn to build up absolute trust. With no fear or resistance of not being in absolute trust. So please do not create this demand upon yourself. From now on, I need to be in absolute trust all the time. What you need is to love yourself all the time, so you have the chance to transform division into unity. So be it, and so it is. To perceive yourself completely and build up absolute trust is not a simple journey, but the sensation, it is extremely simple to be back in your form. You just need to allow it. Hold to it as a pebble of a precious stone, like a necklace that you touch from time to time to feel the precious gem. Touch absolute trust during your day a few times. You probably won't be able to hold on to it. As you flow with your conditionings of your character, you may as well forget what is that state and how to sustain it. But our invitation from now on is an endless going back to this state. I will ground myself in that state. I will remember what is to trust absolutely. Why? Because when you are in front of someone that you love, or someone that you don't even know anything about, The state of you must be the same, absolute trust. If you're differentiating them, if you're having difficulty to trust, it is about you, it's not about them. It is about you. Trust absolutely. If you trust absolutely, the universe will always bring to you the perfect match of your creations. So be it, and so it is. It's very easy to misunderstand this message and create a deeper pretense. It depends on the ego that is receiving the message and the authenticity of the one receiving. Do not go into the mask of I believe. Remember, go into the embodiment of I believe absolutely, I trust absolutely. Is the embodiment, is the sensation. Because immediately when you go to that pebble, to that state, many things will become clear to you. Contrast of all the tensions, fears, resentments you may be holding will be immediately coming to the surface. So it requires a master of love to first acknowledge this. So please, do not go smiling around, saying that you are in a state of absolute trust. Because maybe the first experience that you will feel as you go to absolute trust is sadness. Not because this is how does it feel to be in absolute trust, but you perceive that you are holding on to sadness for no other reason than because you don't believe you deserve more than that. So be it, and so it is. The invitation here is to respect the process, step by step into the knowing. As you understand this, your body right here, right now is already the most beautiful landscape to become absolute trust. Do you absolutely trust your body? Do you absolutely trust your organs? Do you absolutely trust your mind? Do you absolutely trust your heart? Do you absolutely trust your stomach to deal with everything it needs to deal? Do you absolutely trust? Don't be afraid of discovering that you don't. That is the point, isn't it? Don't try to immediately cover up with, no, I will trust. Allow it. Be in the presence of the truth. It is what it is. Maybe I want to hide a part of my body that I don't like it. Maybe I refuse to acknowledge another part of my body that I think it's a problem. It's a very interesting, liberative aspect of this exercise. Because there is a hidden absolute that you can change this reality as fast as you're comfortable into change without destroying yourself. Keep yourself stable in the process of awakening. So observe it. Interesting, isn't it? Simple exercise already reveals so much. Do I deserve all of this amazing body? Do I deserve to be a genius? Do I deserve to be magnificent, attractive, beautiful, sexy, full of energy? Do I deserve to be a presence to behold? Can I be the miracle of this potential that it is in this temple? Do I allow all those cells and organs and parts of this body to really go and reach out their maximum potential? That is the embodiment of love. Is understandable, if not. But it's also very revealing that maybe you already know the lessons of love, and yet you are not allowing your body to achieve its full potential. That is the absence of love, isn't it? So curious how a simple exercise may reveal so much. Yes or no? So please, from that state of acknowledgement, you start to form an authentic union with your body. There is union in receptivity that is pure, free of resistance. So be it, and so it is. Reality creation, again, this day. How is it flowing? Which direction? How much it was enhanced by this meditation, then channeling our presence here, and how much more it can be enhanced by the co-creative aspects of God's divine entities aligned in harmony with I Am, co-creating each other, locking up each other into beauty, into love, the interlocking of co-creation, so beautiful. If you want to be part of an interlocking of love, of maximum potential for your being as a God created with others, that follow the same frequency and choice, your free will is what will define this experience. So let's together choose what we want. I ask, choose, and allow the divine presence of I Am and its messengers to me to intervene in my favor to guarantee every dream, creation, thought, emotion, speech, any form of interaction and self-expression along this day in the highest frequency and resonance with I Am, creating heaven on earth, locking and intermagnetically forming the most beautiful reality. So be it, and so it is. Visualize your day ahead of you and us pouring in, our creation pouring in, our love pouring in, all the synchronicities that allow you to be your highest form and expression. Visualize these interlocking events, people, circumstances in your life. Allow this energy to sink in into your bones, into your marrow. Feel this amazing sensation exhalating from you. And our beautiful mandala of light and co-creation resonating, resonating, resonating. Activating a multidimensional mandala of an inconceivable amount of beings creating from many dimensions the same reality with you. All of us magnetically locking, interlocking, co-creating. Feel the irradiation of this energy, of this mandala becoming more and more deeply formed. Spiraling and spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And now irradiating, irradiating, irradiating in all directions. So be it and so it is. There is a trick behind all of this beauty. That is us more and more interlocking and forming together the reality. As more of us join in, more beautiful the potential of I Am becomes in the manifested realm. Let's celebrate this coming together in oneness by decreeing all of us in one voice. So be it and so it is, because this is my will. The will of divine sacred consciousness, divine sacred presence, manifested right here, right now in this earth, through this face and temple of I Am. So be it and so it is, so be it and so it is, so be it and so it is. Gratidão, gratidão, gratidão.